Hey y'all, it's me again. Okay, so I want to come over here real quick because I wanted to talk about something that had just came to my mind when I was, around through the city. But I feel like when things like that happen, when it just be a random thought, I feel like that be God kind of, communicating with your girl. But you know how like we talk about common things that cause the delays in our life, like maybe it can be us delaying ourselves, or it can be people that's around us that's delaying the season for us, or it may be God kind of delaying it, the process for a short time because He has something greater. He's getting it together, right? But check this out. Have you heard of or did you know about the delay of unforgiveness? So this came to me when I was watching one of my own videos, and I was like, dang, yeah. So the delay of unforgiveness, and when I talk about delay of unforgiveness within your heart. So years back before my pastor had passed, when he was prophesying to me about, things that was to come for me business wise, he told me, the things that God has for you is bigger than you, is great. And he was just giving it out to me about the husband, the house, the business, and me funding my education, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yeah, it's there for you. He said, but your heart. And I was like, my heart? He said, your heart. He said, have you forgiven your father? I was like, what you mean? Now, this is the conversation I'm having with him while I'm on the altar. He called me to the altar, and that's how I know it was for real. He ain't never did that before, not with me. He called me to the altar, and while he's prophesying, I'm like, what you talking about? Silly old me. But when I had a conversation with him, he was telling me, your heart, he said, there's unforgiveness that's in your heart. Have you forgiven your father? But in my mind, I'm like, well, I have forgiven him because, we talk. But what I've learned that unforgiveness is more than just speaking a thing and more just thinking a thing. It's actually forgiving in your heart. And when you're going through the transition of forgiving people, you have to allow yourself to feel those feelings that you need to feel. You have to, it's almost like you having to, go through deliverance from that. I had no recognition of that, but when I think about it now, I still did have unforgiveness because I was still, kind of resent my father in certain ways. So I would resent my father without me just intentionally knowing what I'm doing, because in my mind, I'm like, well, your attitude be kind of strong sometimes, and it's just because, growing up, my dad always showed me tough love. So I was one of them ones, like a solid rock. It's hard to get me to break in certain areas. It's just, that's just what it was. But when you are in the process of forgiving someone, you have to allow yourself to feel what you need to feel. You need to talk through it, talk about it, and talk to that person if you can about whatever that it is that they have done to hurt you. And, ask God, for healing. I had to truly ask God to heal those wounds, because those are wounds that I had since childhood. But it not even knowing, how it had affected me and, my adult life. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get through this, because I didn't want God to withhold nothing that He had for me. Because there was a moment in time I was finna step out of my business. I was finna go full time. And I'm like, okay, well, what I need to do? Because I don't know how. And that's what I told my pastor. I don't know how to forgive this man. I don't know how. Because in my mind, I talk to him, when I can. But he's like, no, it's your heart posture. So at the age that I am now, I understand what it means to and how to forgive someone. It's, the forgiveness starts with the heart. You practice forgiveness, you show forgiveness, but it starts with the heart, because if you haven't forgiven a person right here, then me telling you I forgive you, it does nothing. But all this to say is, yes, You can delay your purpose and your season with unforgiveness. It is a thing. It's a real thing. So if you, whoever it is, that you have not forgiven in your heart, matter of fact, talk to God and ask God, whatever there is in my heart, where if there's any space of unforgiveness in me, Lord, cleanse me and help me to heal through it and get over it so that I can receive the blessings and the abundance that you have for me. So that's all I want to share. It came to my mind real quick. So I said, what, let me just drop this real quick before I head to where I'm going. And I hope this helps somebody out for today. I'll see y'all in the next video.